Good morning, TNT, and welcome to PSA TV. This is the Wake Up Call segment. In studio here with us, he is the first Vice President of the Public Services Association, Mr. Ian Murray. Mr. Murray, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning to the membership. Good morning to the President and all the executive officers of the PSA.
Mr. Murray, I know you had a bit of concern, we had a little discussion there where you were concerned about the police department having their own forensic.
Yes, I was looking at a statement made by the Commissioner of Police yesterday. It was in yesterday's newspaper.
Yeah.
Where he's saying that he wants to lobby, or basically lobbying for his own forensic department in the police service. I see this as just another voice in the chorus of trying to demonize and put some sort of stigma over the public service. In recent times, we had the Prime Minister making statements about workers doing absolutely nothing whole day, right, and making the most noise when they don't get the pay. We have the situation at the judiciary where you have all these civil service positions being abolished and replaced with contract employment. We have pending downsizing of public officers again at the CDA. Then we had this media poll the other day that shows the public service in a really bad light. And now the commissioner may join in the chorus, as I said, him wanting his own forensic, because the comparison he would have made is that what takes 6 days in one country to analyze, it takes 6 years in this country to do, right? And I'm wondering whether all this public service bashing has anything to do with government trying to justify, why they don't want to settle the negotiations and have us working on 2013 salaries in 2019. It's all this is happening just before a budget.
Mr. Murray, do you see that persons are trying to dismantle the trade union movement right now?
The trade union movement? Well, yes, there's a lot of attacks on the trade union movement. And as I would have had to tell a reporter the day before yesterday, the trade union movement is the only organization that exists in the laws of this country right now to basically defend the rights and the rights of the workers, of the working class. You can't get to the industrial court unless you are part of a trade union. So I don't know where they're going with this. I personally believe, it's an attack on the civil service itself. It's a way of the politicians trying to get themselves surrounded with persons who they can tell what to do. Because these contract employees, they have no allegiance to anything, right? Who pays the piper calls the tune, right? The civil service and its members are insulated from the politics. They have security at tenure, so that while you can instruct them, the instructions must be legitimate and legal, right? Otherwise, they're not required to carry out illegal instructions.
And we've been seeing employees from UTT being sent home and other institutions as well. What is your assessment of this PNM government?
Well, with regards to the working class, it's a really tough time. We have seen thousands of workers lose their jobs under this particular administration. I don't know where they're going with this. I really don't know where they're going with this. But it's not a nice situation. The most important resource in any organization and in any country is your human resource. You know, and I really hope that they know what they're doing. Yes, there may be a political fallout to all of this.
I just wanted to touch back on the whole forensic issue stuff there. What do you do you see any type of motive with them having their own department?
You see, the forensic sciences complex is already a division of the Ministry of National Security. The police service falls under national security. Police gather all the evidence and so on, and it's analyzed there at the Forensic Sciences Center. If there are issues with the center, you know, the crime rate has been rising in this country, looking at over 500 murders nearly every year for the past 4 years or so. You know, it's a lot of work. And if you have to keep up with the times, you need to give the public officers at the Forensic Sciences Complex the necessary tools, the technology, and even staffing to deal with the issue, right? You don't just go and create another entity and duplicate the process, right? And then, you know, you could end up with a situation where people pointing fingers at the same police saying, you know, well, look, they investigating their own thing and doing their own thing on the side. You know, I don't agree with it at all. I would want to believe the better approach would be to beef up the current Forensic Sciences Center, give it all the tools and the necessary technology and staffing for it to be able to carry out its function in a more efficient manner.
Okay, thank you so much. Any closing comments you want to leave before we end?
I just want to say that, you know, I have a problem with the government and any government, whether it's this one, the past one, any of those to come. The civil service was designed for a particular purpose. It was designed to be insulated from the politics. Back in the day, you know, you had a lot of favoritism and cronyism, people hiring their friends and family and so on. And that was the reason for creating the service commissions, which ought to be an independent body, right? And this body would give an equal opportunity to all citizens of the country for employment in the public service. And when you're in the public service, you have your security of tenure, and only if you misconduct yourself or you do something to lose your job, then you are basically an investigation takes place and a tribunal and so on. And the commission will deal with you. But this contract employment is going back to the time before the commissions, where persons, you know, they hire you, they give you contracts, and if you don't do what they say, you could lose your contract or they refuse to renew it. And quite frankly, some of the contract positions that we have in the country right now, they have the persons working on month to month, right? So you don't know whether next month you're going to have a job or not. So you're functioning under duress. And the times we're facing now, right, when you're in a position like that where you don't know whether your job is secure for the next month, anything people tell you to do, you will do, right? I really believe that government needs to rethink its position on the civil service and the way we intend to go forward in this country.
Thank you so much. So we have come to this interview here with the first Vice President of the Public Services Association, Mr. Ian Murray. We're going to toss a short break and come right back to the program.